Hi, I'm Letitia.
I'm David.
We have started a grand adventure and we wanted to be able to share it with you guys. Mostly we wanted to be able to show our family so our family could keep track of us and see all the fun places we've been. But we're hoping to gain a few friends along the way as well.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, so we are looking for this summer to be able to go to all the national parks, or at least as many as we can fit in. Our first stop is Death Valley. We're from Las Vegas, and we've actually never been there before. So we figured that would be a good start to this thing. And to go up, it's only about 2 hours away from Las Vegas, and go up and see what it's all about.
So Death Valley is, I think, one of the newest national parks. 1994 it was made a park. It is the hottest place in the United States for sure. I think 134 degrees they recorded in 1913. It's also one of the driest places and has the lowest elevation here in the United States at, what was it, 282?
282.
Yeah, 282 below sea level.
Yeah, so it's pretty hot, pretty dry. I think they said they get 5 millimeters of water annually. That's not very much, considering most of that probably comes in one thunderstorm. So it probably gets on average one thunderstorm a year, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty dry. So we're excited to go. We're excited to start this thing, and we'll see how it all turns out. Anything else?
No, that I can think of.
All right.
Yeah. So we'll see you on the road.
Alright, so here we are back again at Artist Palette. I keep saying that wrong. It's not Painter's Palette, it's Artist Palette. So we drove down a little bit to where there's a little short overlook, and you can see there's greens and purples and reds and oranges and about everything. You know, obviously that's why it's named what it is, but it is really beautiful, really awesome with all the canyons that go up. And in the right picture, I'll take a picture of this. You can see that very vibrant with some colors, so very cool. All right, so here we are once again. It's still the 22nd, right?
Still the 22nd.
Still
all
the
day
22nd.
long.
All day long, same day. So we are at Natural Bridge Canyon. We're going to walk up and see this natural arch that's been formed. Here, I'll take a picture of the thing here for you. This is where we're going. That's what it's supposed to look like. And this is how it was made. You guys got all that? All right, here we go. Before it was able to work its way underneath. And then all the cracks. It's kind of funny, this wash coming up here is better than the road we drove in on. Good size arch.
It is.
It's made of mud and rock.
This, that erosion right there makes me think this isn't going to be here much longer.
Yeah.
There's cracks on this side and the other side.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been cracks for a long time though, but who knows? Delicate
Remember we
Arch
went
is
to
ready. Yeah. Yep.
Was it Delicate Arch or was it?
I don't remember. I think it was
can't
Delicate
remember.
Arch
I thought
that
it was
fell,
called
but we
Natural
might have
Arch,
to,
yeah.
yeah, we might have to
But
eat our words.
Yeah, it came down after we went there within a year or two.
Pretty cool. All right, we're gonna head down. We'll see you guys back at the truck.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 23rd.
It's barely morning. Yeah, it's 10.
Well, barely morning to Dave is 11 or 10:53.
It's a secret. I like my sleep. I need my beauty rest.
Oh boy, does he. But we are in Death Valley, and you probably can't hear, but the winds are howling. There's wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour today. So we were going to drive around and do a couple things. I don't know how much hiking we're going to get done, but it's just because it's a little bit too crazy with the wind, but we'll kind of play that by ear as we get to certain spots. Right now we're at Harmony Borax Mine. It's a little interpretive trail showing about the borax mining that was done here in Death Valley years ago. But yeah, it's super windy, so I think we're gonna wait till the wind dies down super late tonight to actually leave. Which wasn't our original plan, but we sometimes have to plan differently for weather, so.
So my wife, she's still working, so we do need to get home. She has to be, she does a shift tomorrow, so she needs to work tomorrow, so we need to get back tonight. But I'm not real excited about pulling my fifth wheel with this wind. I've actually rolled a trailer before. It was partially due to wind, it was partially due to ice, and partially due to me probably driving too fast, and the time and conditions of it. But that's a whole nother story. But the cool thing of this place where we're at right now, the thing that's exciting for me anyways, is probably about a year ago I started following a guy from Montana who rebuilds wagons. And one of the things he did was he reconstructed these 20 mule wagons that pulled the borax, or they call them the borax wagons. He did a complete reconstruction and made them all new. I don't remember what the wheels weigh. The wheels are huge. I want to say just like one wheel was like a ton and a half or something like that. I can't remember. And they had, you know, several of these things that this 20 mule team pulled. But anyways, he reconstructed them. They actually put them on a train and, or I guess it was a truck, I don't know. Anyways, somehow they brought them down. I think it might be in Baker that you can actually go see the reconstructed. But they have one of the original ones out at this site, one of the original wagons. I'm sure it's had some, it had to be rebuilt and touched up in a few ways. We'll go over and take a look at it. But it is, again, super windy out. It's I wouldn't really call it stormy out. We did have some sprinkles last night, but there's a lot of low clouds and there's definitely some rain going down over on the mountains around us. So, and it's a little cool. It's well, wow, it felt cooler than this. My truck says it's 67. I thought it was a little cooler, but I guess with high winds it's gonna feel cooler. So anyways, that's about it.
All right, we'll see you on the next video.
4-axe wagons.
Well,
where are we?
we are sitting on some very pointy salt formations. They're not super comfortable, I'll be honest with you. But we are at Devil's Golf Course in Death Valley National Park. And it is absolutely fascinating, all the salt formations. But we'll panorama around just so that you can see. But it's all this just salt. Very well, dangerous to walk out on, but
well, it's all broken up.
Yeah.
The sign said this is the largest protected salt bed, yeah, something like that, in the world. I mean, there's just miles and miles of upheaved, just tons of salt, and they say it continues to grow with every flood and every time it rains, and as the minerals come out of the mountains, and this being as low as it is, though, it just gets bigger and bigger. So we'll pan around, we'll show you some of this, show you what we're sitting on, and I also took a few pictures that we'll probably embed into this video. But yeah, this is awesome. This is really cool.
But definitely, if the devil was going to play golf, this is definitely his golf course. Starting your Death Valley tour at Dante's View is probably one of the best places to start. You can see the whole Death Valley It's absolutely beautiful, beautiful views. We'll post some panoramas on there, but yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous up here.
All I have to say is don't get gas in Death Valley. Plan your trip. Don't get in California. Diesel was almost $6 a gallon. So don't do it here, especially if you're pulling a trailer. You'll pay for it.
Definitely.
I have a 60-gallon tank, and you can do the math. At $6 a gallon, it would have been a little bit of money to fill my truck up here. So we filled up in Pahrump before we got here, and that's the way to go. You can see the sun just went down. We just barely missed it. Well, actually, we saw it go down. We just didn't get over to where we could do anything about it. But anyways, yeah, it's beautiful up here. We're glad we made it. The high today was 84 degrees down in the valley. It is now below 55. Last we looked, it was like 55 degrees.
Pretty chilly.
So it's getting pretty chilly all of a sudden. It's amazing how quickly it turns. So,
Yep.
Anything else?
Turn the camera around. Let's just pan around the valley with the.
Ah.
It's a little hazy, but it's still beautiful.
We kind of did that. That's where the sun went down just a couple minutes ago. And right below us is Badwater Basin. But that is most of Death Valley, especially going out there. It's a little hazy this evening. It wasn't this way this morning. So that's about it. Anything else?
Mm-hmm.
This is the start grand adventure of our trip. Thanks. All right, so we finally made it out to Father Crowley Point here in Death Valley. We are clear on the probably middle of the west side of the park. It's right on the edge of the park, but there's another name for this, well, two other names for it. We're actually at Rainbow Canyon, which is just out to my left over here, but it's also named Star Wars Canyon or Death Star Canyon. I guess the Air Force and all pilots, I guess, come and use this as a training ground for low, what's it called?
Low level, high speed.
Low level, high speed, thank you. Low level, high speed flying. They drop down into the canyon just over behind us, and then they fly out to the valley floor below and make a couple of high speed maneuvers as they drop down. I've seen a few videos online that are just amazing. People come and they'll sit here all day long with their high speed cameras just hoping to get a couple pictures of some of the planes that come fly through here, and they're pretty amazing. So for sure check that out. I believe it's called Death Star Canyon is what the
Star Wars Canyon.
I think it's Death Star Canyon.
Okay, we're gonna go back and look at
Okay, we're gonna look it up. Anyways, so check it out. It's amazing. Some of the pictures are incredible because you can actually look down on top of the plane, not so you're not looking from the ground up. The planes actually drop below you as they drop into the canyon, so you can actually see the pilots in the cockpits. Sometimes it depends on how low they go into the canyon. But there's some just amazing footage of these planes dropping down in there, so for sure check that out. So we are at Badwater Basin, and we're hoping that this is the lowest point. According to the sign, it was 282 feet below sea level, but we'll see.
Hello. So they have a little sign up on the mountain that shows you where sea level is, which is pretty cool. Just to see how far below sea level
So
you are.
sea level, you won't be able to see it with us. It was about halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way up that mountain. Yeah, there it is, 282. And we're gonna walk out onto the salt flats. And this looks a lot, obviously, like the Devil's Golf Course, the same sediment with the salt. Yeah. Can't see, but there it is. That's it, 282 feet. You gonna get a picture with me?
Well, we're back from Death Valley.
That was such a long trip. We're back in Vegas, so it was about 2 hours to get back home. It wasn't pretty short.
Yeah, a short trip. Death Valley was a land of desolation, it seemed like. There was beautiful things to see, don't get me wrong, but it was definitely interesting as far as lack of vegetation and weather.
Yeah. Well, if you go there and you're expecting mountains and you're expecting trees and grass and animals running around and all those kinds of things, you're going to be a little disappointed. It is, if you're going looking for something that looks like the moon, then you're probably going to be super excited because that's exactly what it looks like. It is. As a matter of fact, what was the movie that they
Armageddon?
did I don't know if they filmed Armageddon, but they did film some Star Wars episodes.
Tatooine,
From Tatooine is exactly the area that they filmed in Death Valley, but it is super dry. We mentioned earlier about the water. 5 millimeters of water a year is almost nothing. Any animals that can live out there, they got to be pretty hardy. I know there's coyotes and rabbits and snakes, scorpions, things like that, but anything bigger than that, I think you're going to be hard pressed to find anything until you get into the mountains.
Yeah, and definitely if you're going to visit Death Valley, get gas in Pahrump.
Get gas in Pahrump.
That stuff is expensive there.
Unless you're coming from the north, then don't drive to Pahrump because that would probably defeat the purpose.
Probably would, but
if
get it
coming,
outside of the park.
If you're coming from the matter of fact, they even have a sign in the park that says it says gasoline Nevada prices, not California or something like that. I don't remember.
That's coming in from the Pahrump side.
Yeah, just because the California prices are so bad. But yeah, almost $6 a gallon for diesel. That would be pretty devastating to have to fill up your tank to do that. So
Sure.
it's huge. If you want to see the whole thing, you better plan on maybe a week.
Yeah. We did have to skip out on a couple of things with weather. We were hoping to do a couple more things, but the wind got so intense. It was just a little bit too much to get out and try to hike in, and so we made adjustments. We drove around and saw beautiful things, and it was good.
Yeah, we didn't get up to Scotty's Castle. We didn't get that far north. There's a crater up there as well that we would have liked to have seen. But Scotty's Castle, that whole road going in there is closed, so it wouldn't have been worth driving up there because they don't even let you drive down to see the exterior of it. There's flood damage to the castle, which means they must have had a lot of water that year, which means they haven't had any water for 3 or 4 years around that year.
But yeah, it's they're expecting it to be open next year, but we'll see how everything goes with COVID, and things are a little bit slowed down with that. So hopefully next year, but I would definitely check the website.
All right, so that's about it. We are going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed it and at least got to see some of the things that we saw. We did have a lot of fun. We love camping anyways, so we could go camp anywhere and go hang out and just relax and go on some hikes and enjoy it. So other than the wind, the weather was phenomenal. The wind got super gusty, super bad. Pulling the trailer home, it was blowing the trailer all over the place. I don't like driving the trailer in that kind of weather, or pulling the trailer in that kind of weather, but we did have to get back for Letitia's work. So anyways, that's about it.
Yeah, we'll see you at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, see you at Grand Canyon. If you want, please, if you want to follow along, you want to see the parks with it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I know everybody says that, but you know, got to do it. Anyways, so hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and then you'll be notified of upcoming videos when they're released and put out there. So anyways, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.